So welcome to Bald Spot Garage. Now today we are not actually going to be working on the Madnet here. We're going to more or less be giving you a little bit of kind of background, kind of behind the scenes. You would say a Fender Side Chat if we actually had a Fender to BB side. But when we launched this channel, we originally had a ton of plans. Lots of stuff lined up, and we were going to be really busy all the way through at least mid-year, already planned out. And, well, life kind of has a way of checking you up a little bit and making sure that plans don't go the way you think they're going to go. Now, a lot of you guys may not sit around and actually watch this, but for the 3 or 4 or 5 of you that actually do, thank you. Hats off to you. So the plan originally was not to bring this car in as our first major project. Our first project was actually going to be a 53 Chevy for another friend of mine, where we weren't going to do a full build, but we were going to at least try to get it running for the first time in many, many years. Maybe do a disc brake conversion and get it to the point where it's potentially usable, and then come to this project. But my other friend had a change in his own situation to where we just couldn't make that one happen. So backup plan was to bring this one in. But then it took several weeks due to weather, my friend being out of town, various other things, to be able to even get this into the shop, which is why we ended up doing videos on some of the equipment, like the English wheel and the drill press and all that stuff, because we didn't have anything else we could actually do at that moment. And yes, we're still working on like access to a lathe. We got a deal we've been working on to actually try to get a lathe in the shop, and that deal's been kind of dragging on and on and on, because we're dealing with another business where they can't get through their own red tape to finalize anything for us, along with a bunch of other stuff we've been working on, other deals, just the same situation. We've been working on for some more equipment, some other cars, where it's just been going on and on and on, and because of their own red tape and most things are mostly out of our hands, that we just can't quite seem to get them finalized and nailed down to move forward on them. That's life. Things like that happen, and just a whole lot more of that stuff's been happening lately for us than we're used to seeing. But since the first of the year, it has been quite busy. Lots of things happening that we absolutely weren't planning on. You guys don't need to know all the details, but there's been a number of things, like I've been dealing with a kidney stone recently, which has kind of taken me out of the shop a little bit. And it was one of those things where we just can't just go have it blasted and take care of it. They had to actually go in after it. And there may be some other further complications that I don't know about yet, that we'll have to see in the next month or so how all that stuff shakes out. And my mom's been in the hospital. We've had to put a couple pets down lately and a few other things. So yeah, it's been a rough year for us, and we're trying to work through it. And on top of all that, we've been having a lot of technical difficulties. So while filming, we've been having random issues of just sound dropping out and getting really bad sound quality, and our current editing software is not allowing us to deal with it in the way we need to deal with it. And we've actually lost some footage and have other camera issues recently. So we ended up deciding it's time to up our game there and bought a new camera and some new editing software. But then there's a learning curve to all of that. So that's part of the reason why the consistency in quality and just getting out every week has been there recently. But we're working on it. There's only 2 of us, and we're running 2 channels right now. So That's the best we're been able to do recently based on our technical capabilities and the budget we have to work with. But we definitely want to keep improving the channel, make it better and better. And we've got all kinds of things scheduled out. We didn't originally want to start with a British car because our other channel is a British car channel, but that's just how it ended up working out. We do have, of course, my military Jeep we're going to be working on. We've got an SVO Mustang sitting that needs a little bit of work. We've got an old Volkswagen Vanagon Carat that we are going to be doing a camper top conversion on. We've got a few other projects kind of in the works and things happening. Plus, I have my own project, not my buddy's project here, which is another British car with an American V8, but completely different than this. Instead of a rat rod, that thing is going to be a street monster and track car. So it's going to be 450 horsepower-ish and under 2,500 pounds, full cage, autocross, track day, street fun car. And we might even get into, at some point, some figuring out how to lay up carbon fiber on that car before that one's all done. So yes, we got lots of stuff, lots of ideas. Actually, there's so many ideas running through my head that I'll never get to all of them. But we're going to try to get to as many as we can, and we hope that you will continue to want to go with us on this journey.